Few days we have spent some time looking at measurements using a number that represents a smaller group of counting. For instance, a dozen is 12 eggs, a ream is 500 pieces of paper, a gross is 144. There's all sorts of numbers like that. And you were also introduced to the idea of a mole. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do today is I am going to stop here and show a video of the mole, or a video about moles, to try to introduce you to this subject. So hang on just a second.
A mole is an animal that burrows in the ground, or a spot on your chin that you gotta shave around. But there's another kind of mole of interest to me. That's the kind of mole they use in chemistry. A mole is a unit, or have you heard, containing 6 times 10 to the 23rd. That's a 6 with 23 zeros at the end. Much too big a number to comprehend. Now say you had a mole of pennies to distribute round the world. Give to each of the 5 billion grown-ups, boys and girls. There wouldn't be a single soul down and out of luck, 'cause everybody in the world would get $1 trillion. Or say you had a mole of paper and stacked it toward the sky. Paper's awful thin, but that pile would get so high it'd reach up into outer space. In fact, I think you'd find it'd go up to the moon and back 80 billion times. And a mole is a unit, or have you heard, containing 6 times 10 to the 23rd. That's a 6 with 23 zeros at the end. Much too big a number to comprehend. Now suppose a mole of marshmallows fell upon the planet. Over each square inch of land and sea, you think that you could stand it? That layer would be 12 miles high and of course block out the sun. We're talking close to 5 million trillion tons. Well, maybe we could save ourselves if we all started eating 1 marshmallow each second. Not 2, 'cause that'd be cheating. With 5 billion people munching, how long you think it'd take? 40 million years, and that's without a bathroom break. And the mole is a unit, or have you heard, containing 6 times 10 to the 23rd. That's a 6 with 23 zeros at the end. Much too big a number to comprehend. But say you had a mole of atoms, would the pile be immense? Should I say the answer now or leave you in suspense? Well, atoms are so very, very small, you understand. You could hold a mole of atoms in the palm of your hand. So shake a little sugar in the middle of your palm. Now you don't want to spill it, so try and stay calm. You hardly can imagine and barely realize there are more atoms in that sugar than stars up in the sky. And the mole is a unit, or have you heard, containing 6 times 10 to the 23rd. That's a 6 with 23 zeros at the end. Much too big a number to comprehend.
Oh, Basil, what's happening, baby?
A lot is happening, Foxy. Dr. Evil has escaped. The good news is that one of our agents has managed to infiltrate Dr. Evil's organization.
Excellent, Basil. We've been trying for years to get a mole inside Dr. Evil's lair. We now have that mole.
Yes. Ah, and here he is.
So you're the
Most excellent agent we've ever seen.
Yes, most excellent agent we've ever seen. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I wasn't able to get an exact location, but I did learn that Dr. Evil has moved to a new lair outside of Tokyo, Japan. By the way, I realized that I have a large mole on my face.
Where? What? Where's that mole? I didn't see one.
I also realized the irony that I am myself a mole.
No one would make that connection.
Anyway, well done, old chap. Jolly good work.
Yes, nice to mole you. Meet you. Nice to meet you, mole. Don't say mole.
Stop.
I said mole.
Stop.
Bye.
Mole. Mole. Mole.
Oh, shut up!
Mole, 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 mole.
All right, so turn your paper sideways. And in the middle, I want you to draw a mole. Now, your mole doesn't have to be fancy. I tend to just draw it like this, although mine looks more like a mouse than a mole. But in the middle of your paper, you're going to draw a mole. Okay? Now, he's a very fancy mole. You don't have to draw it like that. And in the middle of your mole, write mole. Now, if you want to, if you're not a drawer, just draw a circle and write mole in the middle. Doesn't matter to me. Once you have your mole drawn, what we're going to do, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. This is tricky. You write the word mole in the middle. Then you're going to write grams down to his lower right-hand corner. Draw an arrow from the mole to grams. And the way we take care of moles, if we are given moles and we want to find grams, we multiply it by the molar mass. So draw an arrow, and next to the arrow, write times molar mass. Molar mass comes from off the periodic table. What if you're given grams and you want to go back to moles? Well, draw an arrow back from grams to moles. This time you divide by the molar mass. So if you're dealing with mass and moles, you'll need the periodic table. No Avogadro's number in this portion of our mole map. Now, on the lower left-hand side, you're going to write particles. Particles could be atoms, molecules, formula units, dogs, cats, anything that you're counting. Moles, to go, draw an arrow to go from moles to particles. To go from moles to particles, we have to multiply by the equivalent 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles for every 1 mole. So draw an arrow. Next to your arrow, write times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles per mole. Draw an arrow going back, and this time write divided by 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.